one nice option about masking that you don't need to have only one mask. You don't have two. You can actually stack masks as many as you wanted. For example, right here I created one with a mask. And I want to preserve. This is actually vector-based mask. So you can see right here a path. And what I want to do, I'm going and convert to smart object. So I lock this object. At this point, I don't want to go and modify that mask inside. But for example, I want to mask a little bit edge. I want to create a little bit more blur on the edges of this stacking. So I could actually create additional mask over this by clicking, and you notice as a smart object, I created mask. I can go and add as a raster mask. For example, I can go just erase this area, right click, convert to the smart object, and do so and on and on. And again, create new layer and do over and over. So it's a kind of nested. This is one way you can do it. Not necessarily say it's the best way to do it, but it's mean you can do this way. Okay. There are also other ways you can do it is nested by groups. So create a group, put it mask on a group. For example, we go right here and we can create also mask. You can notice this mask will locate it on the group itself. It's not just inside. So we can have it one mask inside here, second mask in the group, and it will be different totally masks based on that. Okay, so let's go delete that one. And I want to look a little bit more on our mask inside. So let's delete this one. Okay, we'll create a new mask at this point. And what I want to do, for example, I want to create this blur edge. So I'm going to press down, Control and left click, or Command and left click on the, our image. You notice it's outlined because it's already have a mask, and it's selected only object that is not masked inside. So now I want to actually shrink and expand. So we go to Select, and inside the Select menu, you notice right here we have all these different properties and options we can modify it. One, we're going to inside Modify, and we're going to contract. It's a shrink down. So we'll go to contract by 2. Okay, you can see how it's shrink down. And we're going to again select, and now we're going to modify feather, and we'll go feather by 1. So we kind of expanding and shrinking at the same time. Next, we're going to this. Okay, and let's go to, so I don't need to create another mask for this. Let me create delete vector mask, and I'm just going to fill this with a black. Okay. So right now, I'll select with the black, and let's come a little bit closer to this. You can see we create this edge right here. And this is all what we're going to mask. So if we're going back and Control I to inverse, we mask this edge. Look what's happening right here. So if we going enable disable, you can see we created this anti-aliasing, kind of a little bit blurrish to the edge. So, and this is what simulate in some case real. If you look on the photos, on the edges, they're a little bit more blurry. They're never too sharp on the pixels. So by simply take it 1 and 2 pixels and kind of put it them there, you can see we add this some blur to the edge. Okay, with and without. Okay, we will use these techniques later when we need to kind of more blend into the background, create more natural, not just too sharp look. But overall idea of this, you can see how we can nest it multiple masks based on the or groups, if we groups, or based on a smart object, create it and add more and more to that. So in this way, kind of concept which we call a stacking mask on objects.